So hello guys, I've finally moved. I'm in my new place. It's pretty cool. I'm just going to give you a quick tour now of everything that's in here. I just want to say as well that I've got a lot of stuff. So excuse if you can't actually see anything because there's just so many boxes in the way. But yeah, here's my room. This is my room, the view when you first come in. It looks a lot smaller in the video than it does actually in real life. I put the light on there because there's not a lot of light coming in at the moment. But yeah, I've got a little radiator here. I've got some hooks on the wall, which is amazing. I was like, should I buy a hat stand or coat rack or whatever? And I don't need to. A big full length mirror here, which is amazing. I can check my whole outfit in there and not have to like get on my tiptoes because I'm really short. Panning over to the left, this is where my bathroom is. I'll just give you a quick tour of that actually. So again, another hook on the back of the door, amazing, and it's got a cool little mint green tile there. Shower with a little door there, really simple. Little vent area. They've got a towel rack on the back, toilet brush, handrail thing, sink, and a little shelf and a mirror again. And they've got another towel rack here, and they've got a hand towel rack there as well, so plenty of space for towels. Coming out of here, I have a big double wardrobe, which is sweet. I have a lot of stuff, so that'll come in handy for sure. Now the rest of it you can't really see because of all my stuff in the way. I literally, the moving guy literally just left. Like literally just left. So this is supposed to be my little wall thing that you can put stuff on, but I'm actually really happy that it's white. It matches the colour of the walls, because I was really scared I'd get one of those horrible ugly green ones or blue ones that just stuck out like a sore thumb. So really happy it's like a neutral colour. I've got my window there, and we've got some nice little curtains. It does go out look out onto the bins, which probably not the greatest of views, but it means there won't be a lot of people outside my room unless there are people hanging around the bins a lot, in which case I'll just worry about them. So then I've got my bed. It's quite big. It's still a single, but it's quite long. And there is space underneath it. Right next to the bed you have a couple of sockets as well. So you can just charge your phone right next to the bed and put a lamp there. Really helpful. If I quickly try and get a shot of, I don't know how well you can see it, under the bed, the way it's designed, they've got this little W shape holding the bed up instead of like the normal posts, which means that you can't put things at the end of the bed, but you can put them in the middle. So that'll be fun trying to figure that out. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get around to see all this stuff. I'm going to have to film the rest of it in a bit because I've got to move some of my boxes out of the way. But yeah, bear with me.
7 hours later.
So I finally managed to get most of the boxes out of the way. And as you can see, this is the desk area. That's the bed. And then it just sort of goes into like this L shape. And it has 3 big drawers there. And it has a couple of shelves at the top. So 2 really long, large box ones. Open top ones above them. They also have this light and the switches on the end here, and it's one of those sort of like fluorescent study lights that will probably give me a headache, so I probably won't use that very much. But I just wanted to show you how big the desk is. So this is my like little screen that I use sometimes for like gaming and stuff, and this is the chair. It's quite massive. It also has 2 outlets there and another 2 there. That's sort of like the internet kind of box thing that you use for internet. Also they've got a little cubby hole there for like, I assume wires and stuff, but what I've decided to do is put my bin underneath, so it's now become my trash hole. So that's going to be fun to use. And I also wanted to show you this thing under the bed that I had no idea was here. So if you pull it out, there's this massive like metal cage thing. It's like really heavy. Well, not heavy enough that you can't move it, but it's heavy enough. Just wanted to show you, I've got my Alpro milk here and I put it in, and it's like, you can see how freaking massive this thing is. So I can put a bunch of stuff in there. I was really worried that I'd have to buy extra storage boxes to be able to slide onto that and that would fit, but apparently I don't need that, so that's great. So with the drawers, they're really big, and really quite deep as well. I don't know what else I can, get my soy milk again. Yeah, so they're really quite big. I don't know, that, see, it wouldn't be enough to like go inside, but you can see it's really quite tall though still, and you can probably get 2 of those stacked on top of each other so you get to fit in. And obviously the drawer is like quite long as well, like quite wide, so you can get a bunch of stuff that'll fit in there too. I just wanted to show the inside of the wardrobe. So you've got a little shelf at the top here, probably just enough for a pair of shoes, so I can fit quite a few down there. I'd say probably like 2, 4, 6, 8 maybe. And then you've got a little hanger section, quite long, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves as well. So plenty of space in there for clothes, shoes, and probably a few bits and bobs at the bottom as well. I don't know if this is lucky or not, but my room is literally right next to the kitchen. So I'm gonna quickly show you. When you first come in, as you can hear, it's a bit echoey, sorry. There's this little rail here, and then to the left you have the fridge and freezer area, and then all down here is like the cupboards. So there's this big cupboard here, which I found out because it almost hit me in the face, is the ironing board, iron at the top. There's a mop and dustpan and brush and a broom in there. You've got a couple of outlets for a kettle, toaster and microwave on this side. Big open window. You've got a sink here, a couple more outlets over there. You've got this oven here, which looks actually fairly new, and stovetop and extractor fan. Extractor fan is so important because it gets really hot when using this sort of stuff in this kind of enclosed room. Then we've got these 2 massive like windows with like the frosted glass at the bottom, which is really nice actually, and brings in a lot of light. You've got the mop there, you've got a hoover, and you've got recycling as well, food waste and normal recycling bin. Is that a recycling bin? Oh, okay, it says on there that all rubbish put into that box will be collected and sorted for recycling, which is really nice. You also have this big table here with a bunch of chairs. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs, which is just enough for 1 each because we're sharing this kitchen between 6 of us. We also have this big notice board at the top here with the radiator, which should come in handy in the winter and like for planning events and stuff. You've got the freezer here, and 2, 4, 6, 7. There's actually 7 freezer compartments, so I don't know how we're going to divide that up. I'm going to try and get the top one just because I hate bending down for stuff. And then the fridge here, 1, 2, 3, 4 side panels, and 2, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 shelves, but this one has a cooling system at the back which takes up a big chunk of it, and the bottom one is slightly smaller than the rest of them because it also has this extra drawer at the bottom, so whoever's having that bottom one will probably also have the drawer, but I don't know about the person who's going to have that top one there because it's quite small compared to the rest. And then obviously we're just going to have to try and share these for like sauces and jars and that kind of thing between us. So yeah, I'm just going to see what it's like with the lights on. Is this the light switch? I have no idea. Oh yes it is. It's a really weird light switch, but fair enough. Very bright, perfect for in the night time, so I'm sure everyone will be fine. Turn off now please. Oh my god, I've broken the light. Okay, good.
24 hours later.
Okay, so it's the next day and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a tour of the stuff that I've done so far and to go over little bits and bobs of things that I've missed during that last one that I did yesterday. So without further ado, let's get into it. I've got the radiator here and one of the videos online was saying how you can't just twist this knob. You have to put a penny or a 2 pence piece in there and then twist it to get the right temperature. As of yet, I haven't been able to figure it out. I've tried to put it to the maximum heat, and it literally is stone cold, so I don't know what to do about that yet. I'm gonna still like mess with it a little bit and see if I can get it to work. If not, I'm gonna have to call up reception. And I don't know, it's not uncomfortably cold, but I can see how it can get that way really, really quickly. It's getting a little bit chilly, and because my room is facing, it's sort of like in between the buildings, right in the centre, so I don't get a lot of sunlight coming through here. It's very, very minimal, so I've noticed that I had the lights on quite a lot, and that light by the desk here doesn't hurt my eyes as much, so I will be using it a lot more. It's really, really handy as sort of like just an amplified light for the desk, because it's facing away from the window, and it's just a lot easier to have a bit of light there so I can concentrate on stuff. I managed to put my bedding on, and I managed to like get a few things out of the way so that I could have a clearer floor, put a couple of shoes under the bed. There's still boxes there that I need to get rid of, but apart from that, all of the other big stuff can go down the side of the wardrobe, which is really, really helpful. And it's actually quite a big space actually. You can't fit a box like that in, but I put my moving boxes there. I've got a fold-away desk, a fold-away chair, because there's so much room in here that you could have like at least 3 or 4 chairs in here and fit people in like quite comfortably. It's really, really strange. I thought it would be a lot smaller than it is. Even if you were allowed, you're not allowed to have people stay over in your room, but if you were to have one, then you could have somebody here, somebody next to your bed, and probably someone next to them actually, so an extra 3 or 4 people, maybe pushing 4 actually, I don't know, but 4 in total definitely staying in this room if you wanted like a little sleepover. But you can't have that here, so forget that idea. Pretty much a lot of my stuff already set up. This is not how it's going to be maintained though. My next video is going to be on me decorating this room, and I've got a really specific kind of look in mind for it. So yeah, I've got my little teddy bears, definitely some like Black Butler ones and some Fairy Tale. The plug sockets down here, I've got one for my phone charger and one for this lamp, which is really nice. It's the lamp that I have is got a much softer light, and I'd recommend getting a softer light version, because obviously that one's quite harsh. This one is really harsh, and at night time you want something a little bit more delicate, I don't know, a bit more, you know, softer. So I'd recommend getting a light or a lamp that would be a bit more suitable for evening times, because the other ones are really, really harsh. There's plenty of space under this desk, like insane amounts. I mean, those boxes are quite big, and you can fit at least 4 on that side of the desk where you won't be really sitting that much. And then over here you also have a little thing where it's like a bit of space and behind this drawer section, so I've just sort of tucked my laptop bag behind there. Obviously you don't want to go too far with it, because then you'd lose the stuff, but there's definitely enough space for some things to get to be slid behind there, so you can just be out of the way. I'm trying to think of what else I could show you. I mean, I've put a bunch of my stuff up there. It was my birthday when I for my first night, which was yesterday, and it was really sad that I ended up just staying here by myself, but I celebrated with my family over the weekend, so it wasn't that bad. Shelves themselves are really, really sturdy. Really, really sturdy. I was really worried because all of these books are really, really heavy, and a lot of my stuff is quite heavy that I put up there, especially like these big textbooks and stuff. They're really, really heavy, but but it's fine. They're really well supported, nothing's going to fall off. They're quite deep as well, so if you're worried about them sticking out over the edge or not having enough room, like, it's fine, honestly. And they're A4, at least A4 size, so these are, you know, sort of, these are like A4 books, and they'll stand up normally, like, you know, with a bit of room at the top as well, so you know, they won't get you won't have any trouble fitting books onto your shelves at all. And anything that's bigger than A4, you have the top shelves that you can use as well, so really no problem. I also wanted to say that on top of the wardrobe, you also have a whole bunch of space. I put more moving boxes up there just so I could get that little bit extra space for that box there just to measure out how much space I actually had. You can put suitcases up there, you can put other stuff. Like, I'm going to rearrange all of this so it's a little bit neater and nicer and a bit more decorated, but all in all, it's a really, really good space. You've got so much space for storage that I had no idea that you'd have. Like, it's ridiculous, actually. Still have that little bit of space at the bottom of the bed as well. I said earlier in my video that that W shape that's holding the bed up won't allow you to put things directly at the bottom, but there is still a bit of space there, so you can put things that, like your shoes and bits and bobs that you might need for doing stuff in the mirror down there. The hooks are really, really helpful. Didn't say this before, you actually have 2 hooks on the back of your main door as well. I've just put like a couple of bags, but they're double hooks, so you've got the big one and then a tiny one at the bottom as well. The main light switch is this one, and it does take a little second to turn up. But also for the bathroom, you have the main switch for that on the side, and it does take a little while to turn back on again. Oh god, what have I done? I've broken it again. Oh my god, I've actually broken it. Why?
3 hours later.
It was genuinely working fine earlier today. Had a shower for the first time in it. Been using the sink. All of that sort of stuff, and no problems whatsoever. I do know that when you use the bathroom and you've had the light on for more than 15 minutes, it does turn off automatically. And then you have to flip the switch a couple of times to just get it to reset it. But for some reason now this light is not working, and it's my second day, so that's not promising at all, because I really want to show you how much stuff you can fit at the bottom. See if I can open that a bit more. So much stuff you can fit at the bottom of your sink. I didn't show you this before, but you've actually got a little toilet roll holder, and when you move in they give you 2 toilet rolls to get you started with. And then the rest you have to buy yourself, I'm assuming. I have. I bought mine bulk on Amazon a few months ago before lockdown actually started, and I ended up having to give half of it away because I just bought so much. I've got like 4 packs left of 9 rolls of toilet paper just sitting there at the bottom, and that's, you know, way too much, but that'll last me like so freaking long. Again, you've got loads of space down there. You've got space on either side of the toilet as well. The shower is really, really good. At first it seemed really, I don't know, weak, but you can adjust the pressure as well as the temperature, and the temperature is perfect. Like, I like mine like on the border of boiling hot, not like super, I don't like it actually boiling hot, but you know, sort of just like near the border of that. And that's the maximum temperature that it gets to, so I'm really happy with the the pressure and the temperature of the shower. Really helpful, so very happy with that. Also, I'm really worried about the light though. The light situation is really bugging me. Oh, okay, so it just needed a bit of time to get itself going, but the light is there. As you can see, it's quite bright. And you know, I've got all that sort of stuff set up in there. It does come with a little shelf at the side as well, and it has instructions on the inside of the shower to help you clean it, to keep it clean. And then it has a little notice on the side of the door here that says that if the room has no movement, the sensor will go out after about 15 minutes, and it can be reset from the light switch outside. But I was really worried about the ventilation in that in the bathroom from the shower, but it seemed fine. I didn't have to open this window at all. The ventilation system works really well, so that's another positive as well. The carpet's really nice. I mean, it's plain, but it's really comfortable to walk on, and you don't need to wear slippers constantly if you don't want to. The chair is really comfortable as well. Very happy with that, and it's rolly, so like, you know, win. What else was I going to show you? I'm trying to think now. I'll just quickly tell you about the decoration that I'm planning. So I'm going to be doing all of that wall, obviously. I'm also going to be getting a few plants in here as well and decorate it that way. I'm also going to be doing something with the shelves. and maybe something with this wall here, but I'm going to leave that as a surprise for my next video. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell so that you get to see that. So I just wanted to show you as well the finished product of my cupboards. So it's all very slapdash at the moment. I've got sort of my baking stuff on the top shelf, and then my sort of savoury cooking stuff on the next one, and then plates and cups of tea and coffee and, like, you know, everyday utensils and things on there. I'm gonna get some more cutlery because that is looking so bare. I like practically lost all of mine already. So that's that one. It's got my number on there. Also, you have the bottom one. So I've put all my herbs and spices and sauces on the left hand side, and then I've got sort of like my cooking utensils. So this is like a vegetable chopper thing that I've got in the box, and I'm gonna eventually take the box away actually and just have the machine, and then put the box sort of like under my bed or above my wardrobe. And then I've got sort of like my pots and pans, my baking equipment, including like my glass bowl and things like that. On the bottom shelf we've got pots, we've got rolling pins, oven trays, cling film, foil, all that kind of good stuff. So there are a couple of bits and bobs in there that couldn't fit in the top one, so I just shoved it all in there. But apart from that, that is everything. So that's everything for this room tour video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm hoping that you are looking forward to moving just as much as I was. I hope it's a lot easier for you than it was for me, because I had so much stuff, as you saw from the yesterday's part of the video, and I was moving it all by myself and it was absolute hell. Luckily I had a really kind and considerate moving guy who helped me, that I hired to help me move. And it wasn't that lot far away. It was only about a half an hour, 40-minute drive, and he helped me get everything into the room, and just sort of stacked it all in one place for me, and was really nice about it. So that part was really nice, and I'm sure that when everyone else comes here, you'll have the fresh as angels, you'll have all of this extra help that wasn't available when I moved here early. So if you're moving before the sort of official moving date, then bear that in mind. And if you're moving after that date, I'd suggest, you know, making sure that there's some help available for you before you get here. Just emailing accommodation or giving the university a call and just saying, hey, this is when I'm going to turn up. Please have somebody there to help guide me, because it can be a bit tricky to move by yourself if you are doing that. Let me know if you want any other videos about the University of Surrey, such as tours, or I don't know, just my opinions on stuff as things go along. But yeah, we'll see. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see me decorating my new room and seeing how it all turns out. Thank you so much again for watching this video, and stay safe. See ya!